In this video, we're going to be looking at how Daylite handles roles and relationships. These are useful in a number of different instances and quite easy to set up and implement. Let's start off by just having a look at a contact card. So if we have a look at Sonia here, we can see, if I just open up her contact card, that as part of her contact card we can link Sonia to an organization. In this case she's linked to ABC Chemical Incorporated, and I can see to the right of the company Daylite gives me a role type and she's designated an executive. If I just click on that, you can see that there are a number of different role types defined that I can select from. In this bottom area of the window, I can see that I have the role type designated and also the title. So this is quite important because it enables us to track roles without having to rely on titles. So we can have someone's title and also track the fact that they're performing a particular role within the organization, making it easier for us to select a group of individuals based on their role type rather than title, which may vary by a greater degree. If we added another organization, let's say we go in here and added this particular company here, we can see that I can, in the bottom of the window here where I select that company, I can access the role type and link that in with the role type as well. So we can see at a glance, if I close that, we can see at a glance here in when we look at the results panel, we can see straight away the two companies and in brackets the role type that Sonia plays for each of these particular organizations, making it very easy for us at a glance to see how she's engaged with various in her role with various organizations. The other way that we can look at applying those organizations is if we bring up the quick find, for example. So I'm just going to go in here to an organization and wait till we load up an organization here. Let's go and find this one here. And in my quick find, I'm just going to type Sonia's name here. Now from the quick find, I can drag Sonia over Louis Vuitton and Daylite will pop up a window here asking me to define her particular role. So you can see that again, I can just drag that over and we can define the role type for that particular relationship that I'm defining there. Okay, so where are these roles actually defined in Daylite? The various databases come with some predefined roles, but it's most likely these roles may vary or may need a lot of editing to match your particular business type or region and location. So we're going to go up to Daylite Preferences, bring up the preference file, and the preference file will see under Current Database to the right of classifications we have our roles and relationships, which I've just brought up. So in that preference area where we look at it, we can see that Daylite lists all of our contact roles, our organizational roles, and our relationships. So let's just focus in initially on contact roles. So in the contact roles here, if we scroll down, we can see they're stacked up alphabetically there. And we can see that that starts off with an activation, so I can deactivate a role. So we're looking at administrator here that will deactivate it. Now that won't change the role of people who are defined already with that role. It'll just take it out of the drop-down menu. So that won't be available for a role that we can designate moving forward because it's not active. And to the right of the name, we see that we're actually saying for what areas or what objects in Daylite is this role type of administration activated. So we have three options. It can be activated for an organization, for a project, or for an opportunity. So an individual, a contact, can have the role of administration in a relationship with an organization. So when linked to an organization, when linked in a project, or when linked in an opportunity. And we can see that if we go down, Daylite actually displays that. So it says contact plays an administration role in organizations, projects, and opportunities. If I go down to client here, and we can see that client is not activated in this particular database for anything other than project or opportunity, because they don't have such thing as a client role for an organization. Daylite will tell us that the contact plays a client role in projects and opportunities. So it's important to go through this list and define the types of roles that you're interested in tracking, and decide whether those roles are required for contacts in relation to organizations, or projects, or opportunities, or a mixture of one or all of the three. Okay, so if we're adding a role type here, we just click the plus button. That puts a role type into the area underneath where we were clicked. Okay, so there's my example role that I've just put in. By default, it's active for all areas, so I'm going to say this is just an example role for organizations, and it's active. Now the interesting area here in role type is a lot of people start by thinking about the roles they're trying to track in relationship to organizations. And often in our experience we find that often the more powerful area of role tracking is when we start working with opportunities and with projects. And in those instances, it's often quite interesting to think about that an individual within an organization, their role is fairly static. So if someone's an executive within an organization, that's probably not going to change a great deal. So they'll have a single role within an organization. However, in projects and in opportunities, this can change a great deal. The one person for project A may be the project leader, and for project B may be a stakeholder, and project C may just be a participant. So we can start to work within Daylite to really start to understand who the various individuals are in relation to a project or an opportunity, and really be able to focus custom communication based on their role type. So if I'm in an opportunity and I really want to focus on talking to the decision makers, I can see at a glance who those decision makers are and get messages and communication out to those people. So I'm really trying to optimize the limited time we have in a busy day to talk to the people that matter within that particular opportunity.